sip that. Wow. Look at you. Look at you sipping from the exclusive Pokésports pod mug.
http://www.pokesports.org/merch.
I'm sorry. Did you just say http://?
That's what it is. It's 2 dots and 2 slashes, Mike.
Get your coffee. There will be. I should I even let you know? I haven't even told you yet, Kevin. There will be new merch soon.
What was the first? Shows how much goes on in the creative process of Pokésports. Mike's like, hey, goes like, what's up?
There's new
I'm
merch.
making a big move. I'm making a big move. Figure you wouldn't care. Can't wait.
It's totally true though.
Excuse me while I wear my old merch.
Yeah. But no, we're getting some new merch soon. I don't know if I've actually shown this yet. I've shown the posters in the back, right? You've seen the posters in the back.
Oh, I have, because you hung them on the Peach, I think. Oh no, you hung them on the break and then you broke one. Well, that's ironic. You broke something on the break. I guess you fulfilled your duties.
That's true.
Your break.
That's it. But no, I have finally hung the posters. There's this, sorry, and then there's this one here. Oh gosh, I touched this by accident, and I was like, I had a mini heart attack that it was gonna fall, and I would break another frame on the Preach.
I love how there's a Bean Boozled bin.
Yeah,
that's iconic now. That's funny.
It's a part of what I guess our growth, our origin. Bean Boozled. Oh,
I still taste dirty socks sometimes.
Yeah, you should probably not do that.
I mean, did I tell you that Bean Boozled has ruined my perception to flavor?
No.
Because I haven't not had popcorn in such a long time.
What?
Just because of the fear that it'll just be rotten eggs.
No.
And
no.
I was getting some ice cream the other day.
Yeah.
Tutti Frutti was the flavor. I gagged because I just thought of dishwasher.
I feel so incredibly bad for you. I'm also trying to find the perfect vocal setting here. Trying to fix my gain. I feel like you are a lot louder than me, and I don't really know how to fix that right now.
I think in real life I'm a lot louder than you too.
I mean, that is yes. Yes. I'm a bit of a whispery man. You know, I will say I've been listening to some podcasts lately where like the host, the way that the host speaks is so like natural and without a voice put on. Like, you know how some people, like me and you, I think, like we both like put on a voice when we start to actually like perform, quote unquote.
I behave a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yes, the words you use are much different here than outside. Mine too, actually. I am quite the PG person when I'm speaking to an audience.
I try to be.
Yeah, but anyway, like there are some podcast hosts who are like, you know, they're speaking like way down here, and somehow they're just like, they still sound like a proper host, but for some reason, like they just don't need to use that much of their voice. And it's like, how do you do that?
I think their voice has to be like inside of the microphone, you know?
I guess it's just like how close to the microphone you're speaking. If you get real close, then you can get some like real ASMR vibes going, you know?
That's like an audiobook at that point.
I would love to do an audiobook. Would you do an audiobook?
That's a lot of talking.
I just don't want to talk that much.
It's a lot of talking.
It is a lot of talking.
Oh God. I mean, how long do those usually take? Like, do they do it in one sitting?
No,
they can't.
They can't. I'm sure they don't even do like a chapter in one sitting, you know?
How do they get paid? Is it per chapter? Per time spent?
I think it's by word.
By word?
Yeah, like you get X amount per 100 words or something like that.
Does I count as a word?
Yes. Yes,
I would love to do an autobiography.
anything that requires you to speak is a word.
No,
So
I never knew that before.
Seth Rogen doing his audiobook, which I've heard over the weekend, is really good and has a couple like cameos in it. Apparently, like, yeah, it's just per word. So you would have to pay all of those different people. What
was that movie that it was in?
Pineapple Express?
No, the one where it's like the end of the world and they just like, just toss each other into.
Is that at World's End?
I think that one. That's a really good movie.
I think it's called At World's End. Oh, yeah. That was a very good movie, though.
I'm going to watch that today.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Welcome to Pokésports.
Jeez. All right. Cool. Let's do a podcast. Good to see everybody. Antonio Amador, Series 10. Let's go. Yes, yes. Papi Canton. Yo. Lupus Rex. As always, what up? Colton.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Dynamo.
Colton, get out of this chat. I still don't forgive you for kicking me out of the last month's leech. I'll forgive you when this next one starts.
Oh no. Okay, let's get this started. This is Pokésports episode 84, the episode that wasn't supposed to happen, but hey, Pokemon made us do it. I wish that sentiment were true, but we're close. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to a very surprise episode of Pokésports Podcast, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike, and we weren't supposed to be here.
Off season shorter than we thought.
It's weird. It's not an off season. It's like it's off, but not like in the way that you think. It's off as in weird, not off as in break.
I just realized I messed up the intro. I'm Kevin. I have 2 feet. Yeah, off season is really strange. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting Pokemon news to exist until after Unite came out, but we got Series 10 news before we got a Unite release day, and it comes out sometime this month.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta say, I'm happy about it. If you guys don't know what Series 10 is, we'll talk about it later, but pretty much no Dynamax and Legends are back, which is weird because we kind of just like last minute, we had a whole episode of what we thought Series 10 was gonna be. And the episode after that, we actually gave this prediction because for some reason we didn't think about it during that episode. And they were just like, what if they delete the gimmick? And we were both like, nah.
They won't. They won't do that.
Nah, they're not gonna do that.
Oh man, if I were a better editor, I would love to just be like, all right, Mike, play that clip right now. Play it for us. But if it doesn't happen right now, then it won't happen. I gave myself myself plenty of space.
By the time we finish the page, you won't remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Hold on. You know what? No, I'm gonna write it down. Find a previous clip. There you go.
Oh, look at Mike giving himself extra work. Everyone give Mike a pat on the back.
Thank you. Patreon needs this in about 10 hours, so got a little bit of time. But no, I'm excited for it. We're going to be talking all about it today. But first, Kevin, how was your week?
It was good. Another week. My weeks are they're so much faster than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
Like we're in July.
I know.
My birthday's in like 2 weeks, guys.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be an old man.
What are you gonna do for your birthday?
I don't know yet.
We're on birthday watch for you, Kevin. Next week we're gonna come back. We're gonna be like, hey, you figured out what you're gonna do for your birthday yet?
Kevin's gonna be like, nah.
Yeah. Then we're gonna have to come back in the next week, and then the next week after that, and then 3 weeks will have passed, and we'll be like, what did you do for your birthday? And you're like,
What's Pokemon 720? Because that's my birthday.
Pokemon 720? Okay.
Yeah, July 20th. I'm a Hoopa.
That's a Hoopa.
I'm a legendary, mythical.
You got the Hoopa. All right, so my birthday
Mike's
Pokemon is a Panpour.
Seems about right.
Yeah. Thanks. You get the legendary mythic. I get Panpour.
A water
monkey. Not even like semi-poor. It's pan-poor.
Can we talk about those monkeys for a second? Like, why do they exist? Like, do they actually just add that into the game to be like, just in case you're having trouble with your rival choosing the harder Pokemon to get, you could always use this monkey here.
I think that's actually it, though.
I know, but like, come on. Why do they need that?
I mean, they didn't. So, unfortunately, that means that, because I've never seen that before, by the way, what you just did, where you take the month and the days. That means that everybody from like, what is that, September onward, just doesn't have a Pokemon.
It's okay. They don't need a Pokemon. They'll have one day.
I mean, give it a couple more games and maybe, yeah. If we buy enough of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, maybe Ilka will bless us with a Gen 9.
They just have to start from the beginning. How about that?
But then they'll start at 1.
That's fine. They could be Bulbasaurs. If your birthday's in September, you're a Bulbasaur. Congratulations.
Wait, so how many Pokemon are there currently?
898.
So 898. So you'll have to like go all the way full circle. So if you're like 12,
there are also some
30,
Pokemon that'll never be a birthday.
If you're December 30th, then you're 1230, 1230. You have to add 1298, then circle all the way around. So subtract 1230 from 898, which is 332. Pokemon 332 is Cacturn. So if you were born on the second last day of the year, you're a Cacturn. Congratulations.
Yes.
What Pokemon are you? This is BuzzFeed. Thank you.
I mean, also, we did that quiz before, but also, every Pokemon beyond 31 to 99 also just doesn't get included because there's only 31 days in a month. We have a very unfair scale here.
Incredibly. But that means that all those people from September onward, where you have to circle around, that means you actually get a chance to get those Pokemon.
It's time to have a SmackDown with only Pokemon included in the months and days.
It's time to have a SmackDown of our
or you could have a
Pokemon.
Hoopa versus a Panpour.
We choose our closest friends, get their birthdays, and only use the Pokemon of their birthday. Love it. Okay.
Who's starving for content? Not me.
No. Post your birthday Pokemon in the comments and we will read it out. Lupus is a Kakuna.
Congratulations.
How?
How? Tackle, Harden, and Strength Shot. Congratulations, you've done it.
Impossible. I'm calling that out. No. How? If you're January 1st, you're 0101. So you at least have to be 101. Kakuna is like 9.
Unless he's a September. What if he's September 9 and then we're starting over?
What if he wasn't born in a day and was just born in a month? Then you can just use 09.
What if he's actually just a Kakuna IRL?
Oh, so he wasn't playing the game. He was just like, nah, I'm a Kakuna.
Pokemon. Hey guys.
My week was nice. I finally, for the first time in years, actually went out to a patio, Kevin. Yeah.
Mike left his room?
I left this box. I slept here.
Oh,
I slept in this box, Kevin, for 2 years. And then I woke up, emerged like a beautiful Beedrill from the Kakuna shell, and met up with my other Beedrill friends. And not only did I meet up with Beedrill friends, but I met up with my Beedrill coworkers, who I have never met. I got a new job in this pandemic, and I never met anybody in it. And it was like a group of 10 of us.
That makes me so happy.
It was really, really awkward at first. We walked up to each other. We're like, whoa, you got to see how tall people were. You got to see people with legs. and it was uncomfortable because I didn't know how tall anybody was.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm taller than I actually am.
A lot of
I'm a
people,
small.
apparently, a lot of people thought that I was really short. People thought that I
Wonder
was
why.
like a foot shorter than I actually am. And they're like, whoa, you're actually tall. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Why? Was it the Pokemon in the background? They were like,
You think
yes.
I'm a child?
I said, fair. So we sat down and then the legs
Tap
went
back
away.
to.
Once you
Oh,
sat down, the legs went away. And then it was comfortable again because that's what we were used to. We were used to that ambiguity of height and that lack of legs.
now you guys will never see each other again for another 2
Never.
years.
No, I refuse. I refuse.
Me and Mike saw each other once, then we never did it again.
Yeah, we saw each other once. We were like, yeah, that's about right. And then we stopped.
Now we're at once a week through webcam.
Exactly. Once a week through webcam and a couple of times. We talk more now. Isn't that great?
True.
We
Yeah.
actually speak more now, which is pretty awesome.
It's like we have a child that we have to take care of together.
and we fire off TikToks at each other. It's cute. All right. Oh, I made my first TikTok. I did it.
What's
I
your
did it.
TikTok? Shout yourself out, man.
No. Find me.
It's probably still just Mike. Just look up still just
No,
Mike.
actually, Still Just Mike was taken. So
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. It's unavailable.
Mike
No.
has been stolen? There's more than one Mike in this world?
Turns out. So yeah, that was fun. I'm not going to talk about it. I thought I would, but then I was like, you know what? No. Go find it if you want to. I'm going to make more. Hopefully. That's what all content people say. They're like, I'm going to make more of these, and then they don't.
I will continue to consume.
Yeah. Kevin has no inclination to jump on with the most recent thing.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if this makes me an old man. It probably makes us both old men. This is like my first experience with TikTok in like the last month is when I first started. I learn a lot about myself just from what the algorithm shows me. Because then I start to get some really strange stuff and I'm like, is this what TikTok thinks of me? And then I start watching and I'm like, I kind of am enjoying this.
Yeah.
TikTok knows more about me than anything else, than, people.
It's true. All right, let's talk Pokémon.
Series 10.
Series 10. Well, before that, we finally have a date and time for Players Cup 4 region finals. We are looking at July 16th to 18th.
5 months since I quit this game.
What's that?
It's been like 3 months since I quit this game, and they're finally getting to the finals.
Basically. 11 a.m. PT each day, which is it's 3 hours behind, so 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of us who are in North America. Everyone else you can't, or not North America, wow. Those of us who are in the Eastern Standard Time. The rest of you guys can look up what that is in your time zone, but it's 11 a.m. PT, July 16th to 18th. I'm going to watch it. I'm interested to see what Players Cup 4 looks like, what Series 9 tournaments look like, because I definitely have not been participating in them in a little while.
Probably looks like a Series 7 tournament.
Yeah.
I actually had I've been practicing, like we said before, Series is a thing, and I'm actually interested. In fact, when I first woke up that morning and I saw that they even announced Series 10, I was just like, "Whoa, they're doing something that isn't just rehashing an old idea. I'm here for this." And I went straight to the Pokésports Twitter and I was like, interested. So I had to relearn Pokemon, and it's been a bumpy ride. So I actually
Really?
had some coaching sessions with Bebum. It's very funny. I used to coach him. Now he's teaching me because I forgot.
That's amazing. All
The
right.
student becomes the teacher.
The student becomes the teacher. All right. Tell me. How'd that go?
There's a couple of things that I learned about Series 10 that I didn't realize I missed until they removed Dynamax.
Okay.
I love Fake Out again. Fake Out's so good, and it's so nice being just not having a way around it beyond Protect. Love it so much. Speaking of Protect, almost a waste of a move slot at this point because of Urshifu.
Is that? I
You
mean,
just
that is 100% true. A little bit of a spoiler alert for what we're doing today. We have a list of the top 50 most used Pokemon in Series 10, which we'll go through some of. But this is data collected after 32,000 battles, so that's going to be an
pretty
interesting one.
telling.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
telling. It's going to be pretty telling. But yeah, Urshifu, and that's something that we all kind of saw coming. Urshifu going through Protect and nothing being able to max guard that. Like Dynamax was kind of your only out,
Mm-hmm.
apart
I'm
from
kind of
like Priority and Fake Out.
I'm finding it that Pokemon that didn't need Dynamax before are just like super thriving, and Pokemon that relied on Dynamax are just not even being looked at twice. Like I
Yeah.
haven't seen the right Purier, I haven't seen a Duraludon, I haven't seen a Charizard, I haven't seen a Lapras. Like those Pokemon that really, really relied on Dynamax to be good. Even Thundurus has reverted back to its old supportive ways. Like you don't see
Wow.
because you're not gonna click fly in a competitive match. Doesn't matter if you have Defiant or not. The only good reason that was good was because you can airstream, you can do more damage, but you're not gonna sit there and wild charge, take half your health for no reason.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, Eerie Impulse, Scary Face, Thunder Wave, etc. is the new Thundurus. Things are so
Wow.
different. I didn't think Dynamax would change the game this much. I really didn't. But it's a completely different metagame, and I think when we go over the top 50, you're gonna see some Pokemon that you really would never expect to see there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I believe that, and so I mean, like, what this means for the meta, obviously, that's changing it up a ton. I'm excited as the weeks go on for more people to be experimenting. We haven't gone through the list right now, but let me tell you that my first thought is that the Amoonguss factor is going to be in full swing going right into this. People don't know what they want to
Oh yeah.
play yet, so they're going to toss an Amoonguss onto their team. As the months go on of Series 10, that usage will go down. Other Pokemon will come up as they discover that, oh, this Pokemon that nobody had thought about is actually relevant again. Personally, I think Mamoswine might be experimented on and might see a little bit more play as things go. So, before we get into that list, let's talk a little bit about what that means for Le Pokésports, because we are making a change on our end as well. Kevin, what does
Yes.
that mean for you?
Well, first off, I'm gonna start focusing a lot on this month's Liege,
Mm.
which is gonna be Series 10. If you guys are excited and want to play Series 10 and don't feel like waiting until August 1st, then you can always sign up on Pokésports, patreon.com/Pokésports podcast, and sign up for the Liege. It's a lot of fun, competitive battles. You can win a shirt. I'm gonna try to destroy all of you. So if you want to stop me, you know what to do.
Yeah, we decided
Um,
to take it a bit of a different direction this month. Usually
mm,
we take it with the current month's season or a current month series. But because we have such a distaste for Series 9, not necessarily in what it is, but just how it was done. We don't think that it was a very respectful thing for Pokemon to do. We were just like, okay, great. We see Series 10. People can play Series 10. Let's do Series 10. So we're having this month's league go into Series 10. So if you're looking for a tournament for that, you can go in and sign up there. Apparently, Kevin will be beast moding it. He was actually playing Showdown as I called him on the video conferencing before
I've
we
been
started this.
practicing
Yeah.
so much. It's like a running joke now in the chat. Then Kevin's never won a Liege.
Oh
I
no.
let you guys win because I want you guys to succeed. You just don't understand.
Well, it's funny on Twitter.
I don't discourage any of my viewers.
I don't know if you saw, but on Twitter, Purple, who is like by far the person who has performed quite well, if not the best, in our
There's
leagues.
actually a three. There's actually a three-peat. Three people have won 2 Lieges.
That's amazing. That's amazing. He had posted a tweet with his past 8 lieges that he did. where he came top 4, top 16, top 8, top 16, top 8, top 16, and then won the next 2 that he competed in. The most recent one, he had 0 losses.
Mm-hmm.
So
dang. Not bad, not
also
bad.
did like the mic drop moment. It was a very good tweet. The mic drop moment at the very end just says "see you next game." Like, oh, okay,
Dang.
ooh, hit him with the fire at
I just
the
realized
end.
something.
Yeah.
It's Legiversary doing for 1 year.
Wait.
July would be
This is our
the
Legiversary?
Legiversary. Yeah.
This is our Legiversary.
And we're doing nothing special about it. It's fine, guys. You'll know it's special.
August will be a special time.
We promise August will be better.
Belated Legiversary. That's going to be the...
It's the Legiversary +1.
Right, exactly. Okay. So yes, that does mean that Kevin will be participating more in the Liege. It also means that videos will be at least for the month of August, likely also for September. Videos will be coming back to the Pokésports channel. Likely not in their full everyday capacity, but I would say at least 3 times a week, because we do want to put battle content back up on the channel, and we think that the battles are going to be quite fun and entertaining to watch, and there's at least a lot to talk about, right? Because like all of these new Pokemon, there are so many Pokemon that we haven't showcased just in battle before, and a lot more Pokemon that perform different roles now than they did back when Dynamax was a thing. So that is going to be coming back very, very soon. Expect that on August 1st.
I'll also promise that I'll upload my Liege matches. That sounds like fun.
There you go. Kevin's going
Hold
back
me
to that.
It, guys.
Okay, I think I will. All right, so let's talk Series 10. What we'll do, we'll take a little break. We'll take a sip of water or coffee or whatever you got. And when we come back, we have the list of the top 50 most used Pokemon. We're going to speed through that list. We're going to talk about the ones that we think are super, super relevant and super, super interesting. All that and more when we come back from the break. And we're on a break. I realized, like, at the very beginning of this, that I never turned on my lights that I like to have. And so I'm going to do that riggedy right now. Turn up the lights in here, baby. Your Discord has been glitching out.
Should I redo it?
I don't think so.
While we're on a break?
No.
Okay.
No,
we'll keep glitching, guys.
We'll keep glitching. It's fine. You know what? Glitch X City up in here. It's for each time. You know,
I don't actually have anything to drink. I finished it.
Oh no, I haven't heard anything new from M Dash in a hot minute.
Yo, Kevin, are you gonna finish up Base Kyurem, Necrozma, and Calyrex like you said you would in Series 8?
Is this a thing?
I'm pretty sure I promised that. I promised a lot of things, guys.
Did you do that on video or on podcast?
Pretty sure I did somewhere. I don't even remember doing it, but it sounds like something I would do.
Wow.
Something you'll learn about me, guys. Learn not to have expectations.
No. You're like my business partner. I don't like that.
Learn not to have expectations.
Learn not.
Or if you're gonna have expectations, bare minimum.
Wow.
You're lucky I got all the other ones done.
Yeah. As funny as that statement is, also true.
Yeah.
He promised on a podcast.
I regret promising anything.
Well, no, these are the things that Kevin's like, hold me to it. And then some people are like, okay. We got people like Texel saying like, hey, you wanted me to hold you to this.
Well, okay, first of all, First of all,
Oh.
I said that I do every restricted except Cosmog and Cosmoem.
So it's less
Hero
of you.
and Calyrex and Necrozma.
Mhm.
I technically all did.
Uh-huh.
The base ones, those are hardly Pokemon. Those are just. I don't want to say anything rude.
That's like saying you'll do every fire type, and then people are mad when you didn't do like Eviolite, Charmeleon.
You said all of
What
them.
you said? No, but it is true. Like Kyurem, Necrozma, and Calyrex are at least usable though. So I guess you messed up. But hey, that's good, because you know what we didn't have when we were making videos? It's like a checklist of all of those Pokemon, unless you did you?
Technically.
Oh, did
See,
you?
what I used to do is I used to just go on Showdown
Mm-hmm.
and put every single Pokemon into a team, and then like I had them all there, and I would just later go in there and build the team, so I'd know exactly what I need at the time. I'm, believe it or not, guys, I'm very organized. I know I may seem like a hot mess, but I get it done.
You've shown us some of your schedules. They're good.
Heck, I have a schedule right next to me.
Oh yeah, show me that. Written in pencil, baby.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
it's blue ink. Thank you very much.
Some people there with the times, they use Google Sheets or Google Calendars or anything like that.
It's right next to my Boruto mango.
Yep. Just to remind you, just to give you a nice healthy reminder.
Sounds like quitters
Sounds like
talk,
quitters talk.
I mean, honestly, Series 8 did make me quit. I will say that right there.
Give me
Players
that.
Cup Series 8. I will never look at Zombizenta again.
Give me that Eviolite Charmeleon, please.
Eviolite Charmeleon, I could probably make it work better than Cosmoem.
Well, yeah, that is fair. Base Kyurem's pretty good in OU right now. It could work in VGC. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Ice types are just kind of good in OU in singles, but in VGC not so much.
Okay, I'm looking at base Kyurem stats. You could probably do something
It's
with this,
good.
but
It's good.
It's just worse than the other ones, though.
Yeah.
So there's just no reason to use it. It
But
has 60 it has 40 base power less.
it
than
ticks
both
a
of the other ones.
box, and that's important.
It also has pressure. Like, oh boy. Whose
See,
idea was to give every single legendary pressure?
but
Like,
it actually helps in singles. Like,
in
believe it or
singles,
not.
yeah.
Pressure
In
is
VGC,
super important.
nah.
VGC, where your game is done in 6 turns, you don't have enough PP to make the game last that long anyway. Or rather, the game doesn't last that long anyway. So
I couldn't hear that and not make a joke. Like, why'd you say that out loud, Mike?
yeah.
Hey guys. Oh no, I'm getting business calls.
What?
Yeah.
It's
Guess I gotta-
9:38 p.m. Quit.
Welcome to the life of a real estate agent.
Quit.
It's okay. We'll finish the podcast.
Patreon.com/Pokésports podcast. All right, here we go, folks. Let's get back to the podcast. Hold on. I need to sneeze. Kevin, vamp.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, gazoon tight. How long does it take to sneeze?
It didn't happen, man.
Oh, it's one of those.
It didn't happen.
What do you? There's like a trick of what you're supposed to do.
I think it was like look at the sun.
There's none of that right now.
Yeah.
Just look at your key lights. Stare into your key lights.
Nope, not happening.
What's your favorite fruit?
Oh no. Why is this the one that stumps me? Beans. No, it's watermelon.
I like watermelon. It's
Oh,
watermelon season, baby.
It is, and that's probably why. Pears. No, you know what? I think pears are very underrated.
What kind of pears? You like the green one or the brown ones? I like the brown ones better.
The brown ones. The brown ones. Those
Yeah, because
ones
they're
are
kind of fuzzy on the
soft.
outside and they got a crunch. No, they got the crunch. I like the crunchy ones.
Like a
Or
pear with a
you-
crunch?
Yeah. I wanna feel it get in between my gums and cut me up. You know?
I want my pear to mess me right up. Is that your favorite fruit?
No,
What is your favorite
I
fruit?
like a lot of fruits.
Oh my
I
gosh.
like
Okay.
pomegranates, and I also really like dragon fruit.
You like those
And
antioxidants.
yes, I do. The problem with pomegranates is that they take like an eternity to open up. I don't like that.
I loved my high school pomegranate.
I get it. Haha. 4 years as the dad has already got the dad jokes.
Yeah, da. Yeah. All right, let's do some Pokésports or something. Here we go. And we're back. Welcome back to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike. I still play with one Pokemon on the field.
Are you finally sneezing? Mike spent like half an hour trying to sneeze during the break.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta stare at the sun. I'm like, Mike, there's no sun. Stare at your key lights.
Sun.
That's...
Stare at the lights. Any light. Lupus gives me the beautiful advice of staring at a bright light period. Except it's weird when it's on text because like typing out period is just like you can save that in 1/6 of a time by actually hitting the period button. So we're going to be talking about the top 50 most used Pokemon from Series 10. Cal Nissen on Twitter at Gazoni, Gazoney, Z for the Americans out there. Happy 4th of July. Pew pew fireworks. Gazoni, what? Bless you. When put out, when put out a list of the top 50 most used Pokemon after about 32,000 battles, claimed Gazoni. After a quick update on the program he used, which removed multi-word Pokemon, we have the list of 50. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna run through these. Some of them are, kind of no-brainers, but some of them. Welcome to BuzzFeed's list of top 50 Pokemon used in Series 10. Answer number 8 will surprise you.
Which is?
Well, I'm not going to go straight to number 8. I'm actually going to go from the list. Come on. Get your head out of the ground. All right, we're going to start with number 1. What do you think number 1 is there, Kevin? Everybody, let's say it with me now. Deep breath in. Incineroar. Incineroar is number 1, always will be.
It's like the Holy Trinity, 1, 2, and 3. It's just Incineroar, Regieleki, Rillaboom.
Yeah.
Every team. All of them.
Yeah.
Expect them.
Expect the expected, which is Incineroar, Regieleki, Rillaboom. Dynamax is what makes them good. They are what makes them good. Zacian Crowned, who would have expected? Zacian is, well, Zacian doesn't have that Dynamax to go after anymore, but you know what it does have going for it? It has a sword in its mouth that gives it +1 when it enters the field, and it has a 100 power base physical steel move.
And it's also Steel Fairy, one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, one of the highest attack in the game, with still ridiculous amount of defenses on both
I can't
sides.
believe that it has one of the highest attacks in the game, and then it gets a +1 on the field.
That should just like let you know how dumb Zacian is as a Pokemon when its whole gimmick was removed.
Yeah.
Like, the whole defeating Dynamax Pokemon gimmick. That was removed. And it's still dumb. In fact, it's arguably more dumb.
Yeah.
Because at least with Dynamax, you can max guard. You can't hide now.
Well, I mean, you can hide with Protect, but why would you when number 5 and number 6 are both Urshifu Single Strike at number 5, Urshifu Rapid Strike at number 6? You just can't protect against it anymore.
They're neck and neck, right?
Because it doesn't matter, Kevin. Because it doesn't matter.
Team needs a water type? Here you go.
Because you know what they can both do? Close combat through Protect.
Oh no,
it's so sad. However, it does mean that number 7 brings in something that can actually take care of them quite well. In fact, that would be a Xerneas. Now this is Gen 7 all over again, yeah.
Pretty much. You remember when we were looking at Series 8 stats, we were actually surprised that there were no other restricted mons in the top 10.
Yeah.
We have 3 restricted mons in the top 10 this time around. That should tell you how much of a big deal Dynamax was to kind of control some of these restricted mons. We can't control them anymore.
Right. Right.
They're
I
just
mean, the
gonna
whole
take
thing
over.
the whole thing about Xerneas was you couldn't get a Geomancy off because of Dynamax. If you send a
Because Max
Xerneas
Steel
out,
Spike.
or
Yeah.
Max Steel Spike, exactly. You send a Xerneas out, it sets up that Geomancy. Oops, the Metagross on the other side has already Dynamaxed, Max Steel Spiked your Xerneas down. It's gone. Just no more. Now that's not a thing anymore. You can fake out and go for the Geomancy on turn 1. You just have to tank 1 hit from the opposing Pokemon because you're flinching one of them, or you're getting flinched yourself by taking a fake out, because there's a lot more fake out in the game.
Or the Amoonguss factor kicks in.
That's a number 8.
Sit next to your Amoonguss and redirect every attack in the game.
That is how uncertain. This is how new the meta is, by the way. Amoonguss number 8 used Pokemon in the game right now. What have I been telling you people? As the meta evolves in the new age of uncertainty, when a new mechanic is introduced or removed from the game, Amoonguss steps in to fill in the gaps with dust and mold and pollen and powder.
Rage powder
specifically.
Spooky.
Now this is like pre-August, right? So like people are just kind of toying around with this on Showdown. This is data from that. So obviously the Amoonguss factor will decrease as time goes by. August, we're probably not going to see Amoonguss in number 8. It's probably going to drop somewhere in the 10s. As Series 10 goes on, maybe in September or October, Amoonguss is going to fall even further because people are going to figure out other things to do. People are going to figure out how to counter Amoonguss and counter all of the other things that plague the top 10, the top 20. And new Pokemon are going to come in. Amoonguss is a placeholder.
Yeah. Calyrex is kind of dumb.
Calyrex number 9, Calyrex Shadow specifically. Calyrex Ice is not seen. Oh yes, is number 40. Okay,
Yeah,
wow. So that's how bad. Does Trick Room have it really bad right now?
It's not that Trick Room has it bad. It's that there's so many Intimidate Pokemon in the top 50 that's just the hardest counter to Calyrex Ice, right? Like Calyrex Ice can't stop Intimidates. It just kind of sits there and loses all of its attack.
Right. No, that's fair. Calyrex Shadow number 9, Indeedee F. So we're back to redirect meta.
Yeah, especially Calyrex next to Indeedee with the Expanding Force.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Calyrex Shadow with Expanding Force. I've totally forgotten that Calyrex Shadow was an Expanding Force user.
This is another meta where if you don't have Wide Guard on your team, you should highly consider it. Because everything has spread moves.
Yeah. If you don't have Wide Guard or you're not running Urshifu Single Strike out of protest, then yeah, go and figure out something. Well, I'm sure some people will be because they're like, no, I'm not going to join that. I'm going to run Zamazenta to Players Cup 4.
Leave me alone.
Kyogre's number 11. Kyogre is still
Other
powerful.
restricted.
Still powerful without the need of Dynamax. It never really needed Dynamax in the first place. It was usually its partner that would be running Dynamax anyway.
Here's the first strange one we're seeing though. Volcarona.
Yeah.
Volcarona. And I learned today why Volcarona is so popular over Amoonguss even.
Really? Can I take a guess?
Go for it.
I don't know. Because you ended that on over Amoonguss, and I was totally going to just say Rage Powder, but go ahead.
It's the Amoonguss replacement because it deals with Zacian a lot better than Amoonguss can. And primary threat number 1 to Xerneas is Zacian, so you can run the Xerneas plus the Volcarona. That way Volcarona resists every single move that Zacian has and can burn it with Flame Body, which is really nice.
Oh,
yeah.
See, these are one of those interesting picks that's like, this wasn't able to be done in Dynamax meta.
Because no one even thought about this in Dynamax meta, yeah.
No, you couldn't. even if you did want to bring it, it just wasn't good enough in Dynamax meta because it's not used as a Dynamax mon. It has too much utility to be used as a Dynamax mon. But it's also too frail to go up against all of the max moves.
Airstream's a big one. No more max Airstream.
Yeah.
There's just a lack of flying type moves in the meta right now. Because max Airstream was just used off of bounce and fly most of the time, you know?
Right.
So now that there's just so little flying type moves, you just don't have that threat for Volcarona.
Well,
And you can kind of just sit there and not worry about flying type too much.
That said, the next 4 Pokemon are all flying types, although only 3 of them, I believe, run flying type moves. We've got Landorus, Therian, Tornadus, and Whimsicott. So Tornadus is actually the interesting one there. Also, Landorus. I'm sorry,
Landorus
Incarnate.
Incarnate
is number 13.
Yeah, that's an interesting
I had
one
to go
too.
back on what I had said. I was like, wait, what?
Because the thing with Dynamax, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you were Sheer Force Mon, right? Like, you know, you used to be able to run Sheer Force Life Orb, but when you Dynamax, you lose the Sheer Force boost, so it's kind of a waste. Because all your moves stop having secondary effects. But now that, you know, Dynamax isn't a thing, you can actually run Landorus and then not have it be oppressed against, you know, another Dynamax on the other side of the field constantly firing attacks at you when you're just a little baby. It's kind of a more even matchup, and I think Landorus Incarnate, especially with a special stab ground type move against Zacian, is a very big deal.
A lot of these are just kind of there to handle Zacians, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos is number 17 as well. It brings us back to the lack of flying type moves in the game, and then having Defiant against all these Intimidators, plus a stab flying type Brave Bird is very useful.
Oh, that's true. In the unupdated list, there was 5 in a row. In the updated list, Zapdos falls to number 18. Tapu Fini is actually number 17, and probably for the same reason. As Tapu Fini can...
different list.
Yeah, it's just in the comments of what they have said. So Tapu Fini deals with the Urshifu. Tapu Fini deals with the Incineroar. Like it's all Pokemon. Like you'll see like number 11 until number maybe 25 just be Pokemon that can deal with the top 10. So Tapu Fini is to deal with a lot of the Pokemon in top 10. Zapdos, Galarian, exactly same. Lots of fighting, lots of flying. Gothitelle. What's the point of Gothitelle?
Shadow Tag is really impressive. Yeah, it's just Shadow Tag. If you notice, there aren't many ghost types in the metagame, which is the only thing that can really avoid Shadow Tag. So just being able to, I mean, every time that I've played Gothitelle on my team, I've loved it because just knowing that your Pokemon has no out, that your opponent has no out, is so good for when it comes. It just eliminates the whole prediction, right? You don't even have to predict there's a switch. You're just like, okay, I know you can't leave. So I hit you now.
And then we get into the coverage Pokemon, right? You've got number 20 is Serena, number 21 is Celesteela, number 22 is Stakataka. Those are all Pokemon that have varieties of moves, right? You've got your Steel type, your Rock type, your Ice, Grass, Fighting, Flying in that, Electric in some cases for Celesteela. Like there's lots of different things that you can do with that. Serena in particular, I had mentioned this on my TikTok, that Queenly Majesty, and Kevin mentioned this to me as well, the Queenly Majesty is just so good now because Fake Out is most people's only way of getting around Pokemon like Urshifu, getting around Pokemon that just want to do anything on the first turn. Yeah. Big setup Pokemon can be taken down with a quick Fake Out and secondary attack. So
also Stack Attack is being used as one of the primary counters to Xerneas right now, with just Gyro Ball being able to eliminate any Xerneas with or without Geomancy. Even more so with Geomancy because you make yourself so much faster.
Right. We'll continue the list for a little bit, but I'm seeing people who want to be asking questions in the chat. Please go and ask your question. I will go back and check. We've got Mean Xiao, which is interesting to me, but at the same time not so interesting to me because Fake Out and just, you know.
It's also Wide Guard.
Wide Guard is really good too.
Yeah.
Tapu Lele is still there because obviously Tapu Lele. uh, uh, expanding
Psychic
force.
terrain.
Psychic
Yeah.
terrain. Yeah.
There's no expanding force.
No expanding force, but it sets up the psychic terrain
Yeah,
for
yeah.
expanding force. So if you're not using an Indeedee, then you're using a Tapu Lele to run your Calyrex Shadow beside.
Thunder is spooky.
What's that?
The support now. We kind of talked about it earlier on though.
Yeah. You got the Thunderous there at number 25. And there's Venusaur. Hey, sitting at 26. That's Venusaur. We got it.
I would be happier if it wasn't on the list at all.
Oh.
I don't like it. I mean, Venusaur is always an annoying Pokemon to play against. Thankfully, there's no G-Max Vine Lash anymore, so it's not like there's residual damage constantly chipping away at you.
Right.
So it doesn't feel as bad, but it's still a nuisance, and Torkoal's still a nuisance next to it. Now you have the option for Groudon too. It's not fun.
Yeah.
What I'm finding strange, and we're gonna
Torkoal
take
isn't until far down the list, actually. I had to
33.
I had to put on my my magnifying specs to find that one. Torkoal at 33, Groudon at 29. But I think with
That's probably
Kyogre so
why.
high, like there's gonna be supremacy.
Because I think also like Kyogre's not really fighting for the rain spot, right? Like if you want a rain team, you kind of just go for Kyogre over Politoed. I feel like Groudon and Torkoal kind of fight for that spot because they both do it well, right? You don't. It's hard to argue which is better. Like some people would say Groudon is just a waste of your restricted spot when you have a Torkoal that does the same thing and can still do as much damage as a Groudon can on the special side, right?
Not wrong.
So there's a lot of fighting between those two.
You know, and it's interesting too because Kyogre is a monotype water that sets up rain. Groudon is, I mean, it's not. It's ground.
Fire.
It's not fire at all. it's ground. Like the sun version of Torkoal the sun version of Kyogre is actually Torkoal.
Technically, yeah. The thing with the Groudon and why Groudon was used so much in Series 8 was because you had the option for G-Max Charizard, right? You don't really see Charizard anymore because it's just not good.
Right.
G-Max Charizard with Wildfire, that was just a ridiculous amount of damage. But now you're just like kind of settling for Heat Wave with Life Orb and Solar Power. The thing with Groudon is that you can actually have a Groudon, a Venusaur, and a Charizard all on the same team, and then there not be any type coverages that you weren't covered for. Right? So now you don't have the Charizard. Now you can kind of just go Venusaur and call it a day, and then figure out the rest of your team later. Stick a Trick Room on something, and then just have another option.
Exactly. Continuing on the list, number 27, we've got Grimmsnarl. There is our first instance of the screen setter. Apart from Regieleki, actually. Regieleki at number 2. That's your
Grimmsnarl was so popular in Series 9 too.
Right?
That's a steep drop for Grimmsnarl.
Well,
I mean, when you introduce Zacian into the game again, I guess it makes sense.
I mean, also funny enough, you've got Hitmontop. Speaking of things that Zacian destroys, sitting at number 28. Followed by Groudon 29, Kartana at number 30. That's another one of your coverage Pokemon. Just really, really good coverage. I love Kartana. It pains me to see it at number 30. Entei at number 31, Tapu Koko at 32, Torkoal 33, Raichu 34, Porygon 2 35. I'm not seeing anything in here that like is all that different from what we've normally been seeing.
I am.
Oh?
What the heck is Aegislash doing in the top 50 list?
Whoa. Okay. Wow. Number 36, Yveltal. Number 37, Milotic. Number 38, Aegislash.
What? Above Calyrex Ice. Above Galarian Moltres. Above Eternatus and Ho-Oh. What is Aegislash doing?
That's not surprising to me, actually. You know why? Because that was one of those Pokemon that got absolutely murked by Dynamax.
That's true. Yeah, because you can't change stance again when... Yeah. That is true.
Like, even... Like, King's Shield was the big Aegislash thing. But max moves go through King's Shield.
That is a good point. Okay, I'm starting to see it. Does Aegislash get Gyro Ball? because that would make some sense to me.
Let's
It does
find
get
out.
wide guard. It gets wide guard. It gets Shadow Snake, Shadow
It
Ball.
does get Gyro Ball.
Okay, well there's your Xerneas killer. And wide guard user. Okay, it makes a lot of sense to me now. That's It makes a lot of sense. I mean, Aegislash is one of my favorite Pokemon. It has been ever since Gen 6 when it came out. And it felt like a serious injustice when the Sword and Shield game decided to take 10 base points away from both its defense and special defense and completely nerf it to the ground and then introduce a gimmick that shuts it down.
Well, that was Aegislash's entry fee, was 10 points.
You might as well call this game the Rusted Sword and Shield.
They took 10 points away from it and instead gave it the title. So there's Aegislash. Dracovish, Vish is now at number 39. Ooh, no. La la la. Calyrex Ice sitting at number 40. RIP Calyrex Ice. So sad that Calyrex Shadow is number 9 and Calyrex Ice is number 40. Oof. Gastrodon at number 41. That's whatever.
Just for Kyogre, right?
That's just for Kyogre.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's true. And that's what you'd see at the end of the list is Pokemon that like deal with the very niche Pokemon from like the top 20. Like Galarian Moltres, you're not going to see Clefairy on this list. That's hilarious that you're not going to see Clefairy on this list.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Wow.
You're going to see Togekiss, but no Clefairy.
Why is Eternatus on this list? Is Eternatus usable?
It's pretty good. Because Xerneas Destroyer.
Oh.
Big spooky poison move.
Wow.
Faster than Xerneas. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty lit.
Okay. You got Ho-Oh on this. Ho-Oh is actually seeing play in the top 50. That's nice.
Another Pokemon that Zacian can't touch.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the list deals with the top of the list.
There you go. Nihilego. Who does Nihilego deal with?
Xerneas.
Rillaboom.
Yeah. Kid Trick Room. Which shuts down Xerneas as well, because Xerneas likes to go fast.
Fair enough. Talonflame, number 4. Talonflame. Hello, Talonflame.
That's
been a while.
The flying type factor.
Yeah.
Lack of flying move.
Lack of flying moves. We got Talonflame back.
Finally. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh. We've got Ferrothorn in this list, number 47, 48 Togekiss, and then number 49 and 50 go to the Kyogre replacements. This is how good Kyogre is in Rain. Number 49 Politoed, number 50 Ludicolo.
Why even bother, guys?
That's where Rain goes.
Why even bother? Just don't even use Politoed. But I gotta say, that's crazy to me how important flying type move is to a metagame. That Talonflame goes from being like unused to top 50. Let's see Series 9 Talonflame usage right now.
Oh, I'm so curious.
0.27%. It couldn't even get 1%. 0.27, yeah.
Oh, okay.
To the top 50.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
That's wild.
And so again, this list is from @Gazzoni on Twitter, GAZONEY. Put out the list of 32,000 battles, the top 50 most used current Mons in Series 10, based on Showdown stats. So that is, to me, that's very interesting. I think this is shifting up the current meta, and this is just what people are used to from the past couple months of playing Series 7, 8, and 9. This will change. I have every faith that more new and previously unused Pokemon are going to be reintroduced to this list. Like I said, Mamoswine is probably going to be in this list somewhere. I don't even know. Like, let me know, people. What kind of Pokemon are you thinking that you're going to see now that the Pokemon are not limited to Dynamax, which is so strange because I thought that it kind of freed up a lot of Pokemon to be better, but I guess not. It just made strong Pokemon even stronger. It kind of makes me miss Megas, man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I'm surprised that I don't see a single Rotom on this list.
Yeah.
Not a wash, not a heat, not a cut, nothing. Not a single Rotom. And also, on top of it all, there was also no Metagross, which is a Pokemon that really made itself good with Dynamax.
Yeah.
There's no Dusclops on this list. Like it looks like P2 and Stack Attack are the uncontested Trick Room setters.
Mhm.
I'm surprised there was no Mimikyu. I think there's room for Mimikyu now that Dynamax is gone. Mimikyu was always that Trick Room setter that required 2 Pokemon to hit it, and Dynamax would kind of just destroy it because
Yeah.
the second hit would really hurt.
Especially with
So
all this
now-
fake out.
Yeah, so now like you have some room to actually get Trick Room set up nearly 100% of the time. All you gotta do is stick like Mental Herb on the Mon, and then you can't get taunted. You can't get, just get Trick 'em up.
Right. All right. So we have a few questions before we go. Let's get some lightning round questions here. William Nering says, which Pokemon team are you guys using in your matches today? Are you comfortable talking about your team that you've been practicing with, or is that your league?
That is my league team.
Okay.
I will say that I have been practicing with a lot of different Pokemon. I've been practicing with Calyrex Shadow. I've been practicing with Xerneas, and I've been practicing with Ho-Oh. I have multiple different teams. I won't tell you the ones that I will be bringing to the Leech for obvious reasons, but I gotta say I'm not impressed with Calyrex Shadow. I feel like there's just so much Urshifu, so much Incineroar, so much Moltres G that it just really makes it hard to use. And then there's Wide Guard everywhere, and all of Calyrex's moves are spread moves, so it gets very awkward.
I see. Mark N, this isn't a question. I just wanted to give a shout out to Mark N. Says, watch your vids all the time. First time catching the stream. Welcome.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. Jesse D'Souza says, question. Some people are very against the idea of a rule set with 2 legendaries per team. What do you guys think?
I think that would be... That sounds like a good Series 11 idea. I'd be down for it. I think 2 legendaries a team would be better in a non-Dynamax format, in my opinion. I think they realized that by allowing legends and allowing restricteds, while also allowing some, weird mon on the side to grow 4 times its size and get double its HP and get some pretty broken moves and not being able to flinch, wasn't a good idea. You could only have so many overpowered things in one match. So I think this was a healthy change, and I think that they're kind of using this as a test run for like a later series down the line. Like they've already announced that they're going to have a global challenge. Who knows? Maybe that could be the 2. Maybe this could just be some testing the waters to see what they can accomplish with a balanced metagame. I might be giving Game Freak too much credit, but it could be it. This could be a way to just adjust Series 8 to make it more tolerable.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely running out of options or running out of things that they can possibly do. It may very well be just a complete opening of the floodgates for October for Series 11, especially if they keep this one going for the entire quarter for August, September, and October, actually. No, then we're going into November. And going into November, what's happening? BDSP. Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, it almost doesn't matter, does it? Because stuff was still going on for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon when Sword and Shield first came out, but who was playing it? Not high.
It's like 2 months of competition. Like they usually extend it to the end of the year.
Yeah,
but
that's
who cared?
Right. I mean, they can do some very fun things with it. I don't think I'll be playing it. This probably will be the last series of Sword and Shield for me. The last one that I'll be particularly paying attention to, much like most people, I think, depending on what happens with BDSP. And we're going to get tons of information between then and now during Series 10 that'll distract us from what's going on in Series 10, just kind of in general. So there's that. But yeah, a meta with two legendaries on it, I think that could be okay. I think that might be enough of a power balance that Dynamax can come back in kind of a healthy way, because you can actually bring in, a second legendary that can contend with a lot of the non-legendary Dynamaxed Pokemon. Some legendaries have a lot better utility than other Pokemon. Some legendaries have a lot better attack than other Pokemon. So I think it could be at least an interesting space to play around in for a bit. Quick Dark Gaming says, could Tapu Bulu be a bit more useful now? Sure, it lacks the priority, but it has a lot more coverage options. I think it'll never outclass number 3 Rillaboom.
Which one?
Tapu Bulu.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No offense. If Tapu Bulu is your favorite Pokemon, you want to use it, hey, go for it.
It was my favorite Tapu by far. It's amazing in singles. I will give you that. Tapu Bulu, fantastic in singles.
They really did the Tapus dirty by not giving them the terrain moves. Like that really did them dirty.
Which
People
again,
were so excited.
It feels like they were made for them, and then they took it away.
I feel like they just balanced it before it broke, you know?
Yeah.
Because they were in home. They were allowed to learn those moves, and they were just like, nah.
Yeah, you know what? Never
okay.
mind. Yeah.
We're not doing that.
We don't want to remind people of series of Gen 7 too much.
They really did take over.
Yeah, really. Brendan Ayers says, hey guys, quick question. Have you ever considered playing Pixelmon? They have competitive gameplay and it'd be a fun change of pace. Just a thought, Kevin.
I'm still paying for that Minecraft server. He just reminded me. Hold on. I had a Pixelmon server that me and Mike played for like 3 days with Berm. And then Berm got motion sickness and we all stopped playing.
I think
what happened.
I know.
He was like climbing a mountain and was like, yo, I gotta vomit. I was like, what?
Oh no.
Like, okay.
It's man, Pixelmon. I think I said this on stream. Either I said this before or after a podcast. Pixelmon, Minecraft, Skyrim, those 3 games are the exact same for me, where I will play them like day and night. I will ruin social relationships by only focusing on that game for days on end. And then I will never pick them up. And then I will be completely done with them for 6 months to a year. And then I'll come back to them and maybe I'll repeat the cycle again. But it's I don't know if it's an unhealthy or a very powerful way of playing a game, but that is how it happens for me.
Yeah, kind of same. I spent a lot of time on a house that Mike just like lit on fire in the end, right?
I did not.
Probably.
I did not.
Not my house. Mike made some like disgusting water tower in the middle of our area. It was hideous.
It was beautiful.
It was disgusting, and then deforested everything around us. The poor caterpies in the trees, all on fire.
You gotta make room so that you can see the view, man.
Mike got flint and steel. That was the biggest mistake in
Don't
Minecraft
give me flint
history.
and steel. Don't give me flint and steel.
We made a whole railroad to Berm's house because he decided to live a year away from us, and then we just ended up never.
Yeah. All right.
Yikes.
And then last question before we go. Well, actually, hold on. I want to ask too. Cole Garza says, what do you think of Gothitelle and Zacian to limit Intimidate switching?
Gothitelle and Zacian.
I mean, that's the combo.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's the combo.
Gothitelle is good.
I think that it's incredibly possible to power down a Gothitelle.
Urshifu. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's
But if
what
it's
Zacian's there
Gothitelle-
for.
Yeah, I guess they do cover each other's weaknesses very well.
I
That's
think
a very
you
strong
lead
combination.
with you go in with a Whimsicott and Urshifu Dark, and you may sack off the Urshifu, but you will take out the Gothitelle.
I do think in that situation, you have to all in commit to the Gothitelle. It's like a comfy factor, right? When you see a comfy on the field, you attack the comfy.
Yeah.
Don't even look at anything else. It's weird because the Pokemon that doesn't do damage is the bigger threat, but just the utility of not being able to switch really hurts. So try to get rid of that Goth as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And then last question. Jesse D'Souza asks about our content life. Says, if you're still answering questions, curious if you guys have ever completed a Nuzlocke. Have you ever completed a Nuzlocke?
I've started many, never completed a single one. I always quit midway through. I don't know why. It's just...
I believe I completed my black and white randomizer Nuzlocke. I did it many years ago. I want to say at least 6.
Was it
on.
Blaze Black or regular black? Might have been Blaze Black.
It might have been Blaze Black, but I can't remember. It's been at least 6 years. Wow.
I think the closest I've ever gotten was Pokemon Uranium.
Oh wow.
I played the game while it was in beta, so I got as far as I could before the game just broke itself. But I never went back. Rip.
Rip. Yeah. So maybe at some point when we're that, is that content starved? No, when we feel like it. I feel like that's a Twitch stream kind of thing to do.
So, yeah, Nuzlocke's are weird for YouTube nowadays.
Yeah. And I mean that's something that we're working on picking up again. I am in talks with a few people, getting things progressing for Pokésports on Twitch. That will be starting up this week for sure. I'm so sorry that we didn't get to start this week, or this past week. Yeah, we're getting on it. We've been on it. And that is twitch.tv/Pokésports now. Not just Pokésports Podcast. It's twitch.tv/Pokésports. Finally. It's about time. We're slowly working on changing most of our socials away from Pokésports Pod into just general Pokésports. So you can follow us there. You can also follow us on Twitter at Pokésports Pod. There it is. There's that one. You can also follow me on TikTok at It's Still Just Mike. ITS Still Just Mike. Kevin, where can people follow you?
X Reservation, Twitter, YouTube, Sidonio Sells New Jersey, also on Twitter and Instagram.
I think the New Jersey is an NJ, right?
Yes.
There you go. You can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. That always helps a lot. And then you can go and check out patreon.com/Pokésports Podcast, where we are having still our signups for this month's league, which is, Series 10. We will be accepting signups until this, I believe, Sunday, July 11th. So please definitely go and check that out. Any tier can join, and it'll be a grand old time. There are also a lot of other perks that you can get by heading on over to Patreon, such as a quarterly item, which is kind of cool, as well as access to our Discord.
And the page.
Full of some fantastic people, as well as the page, which we're going to go and record after this and continue to use our voice until it is very sore. We want to thank the people who have been supporting us thus far with a $10 tier and up, such as people like Matthew H., Corey, Carlo H., Scott D., Joseph G., King Boo, Martine, Ahmed, Ro Ixon, Arctivish Dylan, Greg T., Louis J., Make It Totter, Mod Pierre, Ryan Garcia, Soen, and that's all. Thank you, everybody. You guys rock, and we'll see you next time.
Toodaloos.
Bye-bye. That was a very quick Patreon read, but hey, you know what? We did it. It's a long podcast. Anyway, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay, cool. So I want to thank everybody here again for joining us, asking your lovely questions. Tristan made a team inspired by you where he had Peck Talonflame, proccing Sceptile's weakness policy and triggering Unburden. So
Yeah.
is it inspired by you in that it triggers weakness policy?
No, I did Peck Talonflame in Series 6
Oh.
with weakness policy Serena.
Yeah. Big Boris says, what if they lead Ensign Gothitelle? Yeah, I mean, there are counters to the Gothitelle-zation lead. Just, you need to pick them, right? Like, it's
Counters to everything.
There are counters to everything. That's what makes Pokemon fun.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you, Jesse.
Welcome to Pokésports.
Yeah, welcome to Pokésports. Texel just started a Nuzlocke 30 minutes ago, playing Ultra Sun right now. Ooh.
Now start over